Hi, I'm Catherine Clark. Welcome to Beyond Politics. Liberal MP Rob Oliphant has served in a number of capacities in his professional life, first as an accountant, then as a United Church minister, now as a federal member of Parliament. He joins me to talk all about his life beyond politics. Rob Oliphant, thank you very much for taking the time to be here today. It's a great pleasure to chat with you.
It's great to be here. It's great to get off the hill for a few minutes and sit down and talk.
Yeah, and I won't heckle you, well, I may heckle you depending on what you say.
I'm a non-heckler.
Are you?
Non-heckler. I've got a code of conduct that a few of us in the back row have, where we actually will grab each other's hands if we start to get out of control.
Come on.
So we're non-hecklers.
You're not really, are you?
We are.
Really?
Yeah, we've made a little pact to try to make government a little bit different.
Okay.
And even though we're in opposition, we're trying to find a new way of doing things. And so there's a few of us at the back that you'll notice are the quiet ones.
Do you really do a laying on of hands if someone gets out of hand?
My one next door neighbor, yes, we do grab, because it is quite tempting, you know, when the House gets going and when things during question period and even during small debates, every now and then you really want to jump up and say someone is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
So I send them a note, say you're absolutely crazy.
Do
it's
you?
Much nicer. I've sent a couple. Yeah.
And you just get a page to deliver it,
Sure.
and do you deliver it to the other side as well?
In a friendly way.
Okay.
A friendly note.
And how does that go over?
They don't know quite what to do with it. They usually write back and say thank you.
It's so Canadian.
It's very
Canadian. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do you feel left out for not heckling?
No, I think that there's actually a slight tone that is changing in the House of Commons. I'm new. I mean, I was just elected in October,
right.
So I'm finding my way. And who knows? Maybe in 6 months I'll have given up on this great quest to be noble and wise and calm. But right now, I think that there's a real desire to try to make the Parliament work, and a real desire to try to understand where people are coming from. And if one side stops playing the game, our hope is that we can somehow get together. I'm still a competitive person, but I want to try to make the Parliament work.
Do you find that your small band of fellow non-hecklers is growing? Do people respect what you're trying to do? And
I don't think they've noticed yet.
Okay.
They can't see us
Why
over
are those people in the back row holding hands?
They can't see us over the din and all of that motion.
Yeah. We're kind of starting the interview backwards, which is great. Have you found yourself to be disappointed by the House of Commons with this type of behavior, or are you?
Not really.
No.
I got into this understanding that this is an adversarial system. We
Right.
have two sides of the House, and we have different points of view, and there are strong ideological differences from the Conservative side and the opposition side. I recognize that, and I recognize that we hold a lot of opinions passionately. And so I believe in passion, and I believe in all of those things. I just am saying, let's not play for the cameras. Let's not play for that kind of work. Let's try to be constructive and do these things. Now, I can get quite passionate in other places.
Where?
That's personal. I can be quite passionate making a speech. I mean, just in the last week, I've been working on some human rights issues for the Tamil people in Sri Lanka, and I was passionate about that. I made a speech at our emergency debate. I also spoke on Parliament Hill at a rally, and I think I spoke from the heart, because these are people issues. This is justice. This is people are dying. People are losing their lives in every sense of the word, and I can be quite passionate about that. So I want to put my energy into that work as opposed to yelling across the aisle.
I was thinking that one of the interesting things about your career is that you are actually a United Church minister, and then now you've run for politics and you sit as a member of Parliament. But by your choices, you have made career choices that involve helping other people in one way or the other. I mean, you are approached as a minister to offer counsel and advice and help to your parishioners. You're doing the same for your constituents. It's quite
similar work. It was interesting in the campaign, because people would want to know what you do for a living, and I would say I'm a United Church minister, and they would say, oh, it's a big change. And I think they kept talking about it. Most of the members of the riding, people live in Don Valley West, are thinking this is a big change going from a minister to a politician. I actually think it's not a big change. They're seeing ministers as nice and gentle, and politicians as angry and ferocious or something. And I don't see that. What I see it as, ministers are about community development.
Yes.
We're about building communities of peace, about détente, reconciliation, helping individuals, helping communities, building things, making something new. Also about committee meetings. I mean, I'm a United Church minister. We know committee meetings. We know flip charts. We know all of that stuff about process.
I don't think most people would know that about a United Church minister.
Oh, if you're there, you know. That's what we do.
Okay.
You do, and you take time to study, to write, to give public speeches. You do those in both jobs. I think actually people who've been a corporate lawyer or something like that is a much bigger step to go to the public arena. Being a minister is a very public position. So as a minister, you're used to people sort of both protecting your private life and invading it. And as a politician, people kind of think there's something mysterious, but they also are quite ready to invade it.
Especially if they have a particular need.
A need or an issue, a burden, whatever it is.
Do you not find that daunting? Do you not find it kind of annoying, frankly, at times?
No.
You don't?
I love it.
Why?
I love it. I love meeting people. I mean, I'm in this because of people.
Right.
And I'm in this because I like people. And I want people to be heard. And I want people's aspirations to come out. I want people's lives to be better. And the only way I get to do that is if I know people. So this morning I met 89 kids from North Lee Public School. They were touring Parliament Hill. And, you know, I could have just had a photo op with them. That's what they do. But it was more fun to take them into a room for half an hour and get them to ask me questions. And no matter what, you know, they're going to ask. And that's the fun part of getting to know people. And everybody's got a story.
When you talk to kids, are you surprised by the questions that they ask of you as their politician? Or are they informed?
They are. I've spent some time going to grade 5. In grade 5 and grade 10 in Ontario, you actually do a course in politics. That's civics. Those are the years you do it. So I've been trying to get to grade 5 and grade 10 classes. And kids know an amazing number of things. I went back to a school in North Toronto not long ago, New York Mills actually, and I'd been there during the election, went back as a follow-up, because the only election promise I made was I would go to see them if I won. And the kids asked me questions, you know, does it bother you that more people watch the American election on CNN than actually voted in the Canadian election? Those are the kinds of questions that these kids are asking. This morning they asked me what I felt about the coalition and it's falling apart and not having a new government after the budget. These are the kinds of the questions that kids are asking. It's great.
And are they attentive to the answers?
They are.
Yeah.
Of course they want to raise the driving age to 8, and I told them that's a provincial matter. That's a provincial jurisdiction.
That's a good deflection.
Yeah.
It's not our level.
Not our level.
No. Why did you make the decision to run for office? Because you must have had a fairly enjoyable career.
I had a great job.
Yeah.
And I had a church in North Toronto that was successful. Mm-hmm. Churches are successful. It was growing. It was active. It was engaged. It was large.
See, most people would think you were bonkers for making this choice.
Maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe. I think actually what I wanted to do was, after 24 years as a minister, I wanted to take my small parish and make it a larger parish. Take the issues that I've worked on, which are about affordable housing, are about poverty, are about international human rights, are about the well-being of people and drawing people together. Take those skills, those ideas, those concerns, and put them on a broader scale. And the way you do that is to put yourself up for election, to actually take your ideas, test them out with people, and try to make a difference in a larger venue. And that's why I wanted to do it. I've also had a political stream all through my life.
You have, which I find fascinating because, to take a few steps back, and we'll talk about your younger life perhaps in a few moments, but you have been a United Church minister and at the same time worked for provincial cabinet ministers.
That's right.
And that just seemed to me to
I took a couple of years out during the David Peterson government in Ontario, and I decided to take 2 years off to explore that.